On the markets this Monday morning, we're starting out with just a little bit of redding. There you see it, left-hand side of the screen. Keith Fitz with us today. All right, Keith, you predicted a violent year-end rally. That was your word, violent year-end rally. Is that what we're going to get?
I tell you what, Stuart, we're on the cusp of it. I think the markets are absolutely positioned for that. Traders know they're going to have to get ahead of the Fed. They know that rates are going to start coming down. The data is beginning to reflect it. Now is the time to buckle up, hate every minute of it, but be in to win.
But is this all predicated on the Fed lowering interest rates in the early part of next year? Because it might not be the early part of next year. If they could bring them down, it could be the end of next year.
Well, that's absolutely true, and that's a very valid point, something I think a lot about. But don't forget, companies like Microsoft and Apple and many of the names we talk about are continuing to put up good numbers. So the choice an investor's got to make, Stuart, is very simple. Do I want to listen to the Fed, who's going to be busy spending money? Do I want to listen to company CEOs who are going to be busy making money? I'm with the CEOs every time.
Would you say that Microsoft has won the AI battle?
Oh, that is music to my ears, and no doubt about it. I think they've got such a commanding lead. Every $100 that people are spending in Azure is going to result in $50, $75, $100 in AI spend. 50, 60, 70% of the product suite is going to have it on board. It's going to be $25, $30 billion on the top line. It's not even remotely priced in right now.
Explain to me, if you can, how AI drives the cloud business.
Oh, sure. Okay, so every business, imagine this, every business is going to use AI in one form or another, from customer service to product sets, rolling out products, everything. So that then begins to generate more sales, more effective customer service, higher profit margins, better sales channels. So there's not anything that it won't touch. So that's how it gets to the revenue and ultimately to the bottom line.
You think Microsoft and Apple, I got Microsoft this morning at 376, Apple 189. You think they're both going to go up some more to new record highs?
I do. I think, it's only a matter of time before Microsoft is at $500 a share. I'm thinking 12, 24 months. Apple, I'm looking easily into the mid 200s. Then again, a little higher, probably late this time next year.
I'd like you to repeat that, please. Microsoft at $500 a share within 12 to 24 months. And what did you say about Apple? In the mid 250s?
I think Apple's going to be mid 200s. Again, even substantially higher a year from now at this time.
You realize you're on videotape, and we can keep this and roll it back at you as the year goes by. You understand this, don't you, Keith?
I sure as heck hope so, because this is a tough business, and we've been fortunate to get a lot right. So I'm hoping to continue that streak. One of these days, I'm going to be horrifically wrong. I just hope it's not tomorrow, Stuart.
Okay. What about any other big tech companies? You like any of them?
Well, Crowdstrike I'm watching very carefully right now. That's on a tear as well. That's one of these companies that is such a no-brainer at a point in history where we've got to have what they make. I'm expecting we're going to see 30% growth on the bottom line, on the top line, maybe 80% growth in earnings if they come out on the bottom line. Again, many executives, 60, 70% of the execs I talk to have got to spend in cybersecurity to keep their companies whole.
Look, consumers are spending. We saw that on Black Friday and over the weekend. Wouldn't this help Amazon as we go towards the holidays?
I think it would, but the more interesting play is going to be around the Walmarts and the Costcos, because what I also saw was that the number of buy now, pay later purchases went up, I think 45, 50%, if my memory is correct. So what that tells me is consumers are still stretched, and I think we're going to have to look to the bargain retailers, particularly the big box stores, if we want to find the profits.
Got it. Keith Fitz, thanks for joining us. You're on tape, don't forget, and we'll replay it at some point in the future. Got it. The opening bell.
Hi, it's Keith here. Thanks for checking out today's highlight clip. What'd you think? Did I make sense? Is there something you'd like to add? Make sure you leave a comment down below, and of course, click subscribe to keep up right here on YouTube, or sign up for the email newsletter at the link below. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram for my real-time thoughts on markets, analysis, and a whole lot more.